What's good, future millionaires? We back with another banger. I'm DecemberDeMarco, Fortune 500 marketer, here to share my insights in the market with y'all to hopefully help y'all become better informed investors. Salute to y'all for pulling up on the channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up like button for the YouTube algorithm, and do not forget to subscribe, man. So make sure if you pull up on this video and you rock with me, the like button is already smashed. I know 9 times out of 10 most of y'all gonna do that, but this is for the ones that are new to the channel. If you have yet to subscribe, make sure you subscribe to secure your position as part of the next Shiba Inu success stories. And also, the benefit of subscribing and having notifications on is you get this information first. So we're going to take a look at an article right now talking about Shiba Inu's pullback and, if a recovery is likely. But if you would have been following the channel and you watched my technical analysis video yesterday, you would have already been informed on this information. Waking up today, seeing what Shiba Inu is doing would be no surprise to you because we already talked about this happening before it played out. So now what we talked about yesterday, that theory is playing out nicely. So give me a like on the video if y'all appreciate this type of content. Also, let me know in the comment section if y'all rocking with me. Appreciate that. Now let's get into this one, y'all. SHIB may fall back to the 508 level before strong recovery. The popular dog-themed crypto token Shiba Inu witnessed a surprising rally over the weekend. The project even briefly deleted a zero after its decimal point, which it gained in May 2023. However, SHIB has fallen on its back foot once again, dipping by 5% in the last 24 hours. Nonetheless, the dogecoin rival is up 8.4% on weekly charts. SHIB has been on a downward trend for most of the year since February. The trend was broken toward the end of June. Since then, SHIB has consistently seen higher and higher lows. Moreover, it recently broke out of its ascending triangle, reversing the long-term bearish trend. SHIB currently faces resistance around the 401 with supports at that 800 points per coin level. So let's take a look at this chart they got here. You can see they're keeping a downtrend right here, showing that uptrend started around June 15th. We can see resistance point 3, a triple top right here formed, giving us with higher lows forming as well, creates an ascending triangle pattern. We got that breakout from that point, but now we're coming back to retest these areas to see if this momentum is true. So Shiba Inu's latest rally is most likely fueled by lead developer Satoshi's latest blog and rumors that the project's layer 2 network shibArmy will launch later this month. However, the development was not enough to sustain the rally. Moreover, the larger crypto market is still in a slump. That's the key thing you have to pay attention to. The overall crypto market is still in a slump right now. Yes, SHIB can go against the grain, but it can only do so much against the grain for so long. We need the markets to be in our favor as well, to continue, certain rallies. So, moreover, the larger crypto market is still in a slump. Hence, a SHIB rally is unlikely to carry much weight at the moment. How low can Shiba Inu fall? Judging by SHIB's Fibonacci retracement, the popular crypto could fall to somewhere around that 775 level before consolidating or moving back upwards. Moreover, SHIB has a lot of volume in that area to offer support. As identified by the visible range volume profile indicator, there's a strong trading volume cluster between that 875 level and the 800 points per coin level. Hence, there is significant possibility that the price will register recovery after reaching that particular support range. So basically saying right around this 875 level, 800 points per coin level, there's some support in this range. And you can see this cluster here, and there's a lot of volume. So basically saying a lot of individuals will step in around that point and buy Shiba Inu. Now I'm going to go to my charts and show y'all, what things are looking like for me. So if the Shiba Inu team is able to launch the shibArmy network this month, then the token could even register yearly highs. However, there's also a possibility that SHIB could go lower after its consolidation period, as the larger market is not generating a lot of steam. BTC continues to be painted red, falling 1.3% in the weekly charts. Without BTC making positive strides, it's unlikely for SHIB to do so just yet. At the present time, SHIB's trading at that 910 level, down by 0.7% in the last hour. So let's move over to my charts. So we got the chart here, and I want to go over what we talked about yesterday playing out. So we got a few things up on the chart. I'll explain everything that's up here we're looking at so far. So we got our RSI, we got our MACD, moving average convergence, divergence. We got a few trend lines, support line, and we also have our Bollinger Bands up as well. Now, taking a look at this, we talked about yesterday how the price is likely to, and we're on a 4-hour chart as well. We talked about how the price was likely to come retest these areas of previous resistance here right before that breakout. And that's around that, remember I told you, around the 870, 890-ish range. And right now we are perfectly held support on that 875 range. Remember I tell y'all to give or take a little bit, because sometimes, it can wick past it. A wick is the long line that comes out the bottom of the candlesticks, or some people call it a shadow. But it can wick past that area. That's why I like to say give or take a few. And then, something, funny can happen in the markets where, it pushes it just slightly, a little in a different direction. But if we take a look here, we can zoom in. We got support. So we seen the price trade along this upper Bollinger Band. When the price is trading right on that upper Bollinger Band, that means it's super bullish. There's a lot of bullish momentum when it's just riding right on top of that. But we know once it starts to break outside of that upper Bollinger Band, traders or short-term speculators are likely to start selling. That's where we're likely to start seeing some selling pressure take place. And that's exactly what happened. We seen individuals come in, start selling at this level after, already being in. It could, we don't know if it could be some whales, some retail, whoever it is, they are selling at this area. What happens is that pushes the price down, and then we start to, go towards our next support area, which would have been this mid Bollinger Band. Usually when the price bounces off the, is rejected at the upper Bollinger Band, this middle Bollinger Band can serve as a support level. But we see we violated that line and came down even further. So now we had our support area right here. That was our previous resistance. So each time the price breaks through a certain line, a certain support, is going to target that next area. That's what we want to look for. And then, so beyond this support area, we got a lower Bollinger Band right at that, right around that, let's see, 850 points per coin level, 854, around that range, right? I'll just say 850 points per coin. So, that's the next support level if we break this area here. But if we do decide to break this area here, our previous resistance, that's going to make SHIB become bearish for the short term. So if we zoom in, you take a look at this candle that formed right off this support. Take a look at the candles. Notice how on the way up, the candles were longer. They were bigger candles. That shows more confidence in that movement to the upside. Notice when it started to go down, we had, a few decent sized candles, but then, this big candle right here pushed us even further, which gave us, it put a lot of fear in to break underneath this support area here. And that's what happened. But notice as we broke under this support, under the mid Bollinger Band, this yellow line here, the candlesticks got thinner and thinner and thinner. That's a good sign. Usually in a downtrend, when you see the candles get thinner, or what we see right here, a doge candle forming, that means the trend is likely to reverse. It doesn't mean it's going to happen right away, but it means it's likely to reverse. So we're using some of this, technical theory to try to determine what's likely to play out. We fell along a support line, we got thinner candles coming, we got doji candles forming at the bottom of a downtrend. That signals that a trend reversal is likely to occur. It doesn't mean it's absolutely going to happen, but it can occur. And then also, if we take a look at this candle right here forming on the 4 hour, the last candle we got right on our support, that is what you call a hammer candle. It's a little thin for what I like to see with my normal hammer candles at the top, but notice how it looks like a little hammer. There's a handle, the wick part, the shadow part is the handle, and this area right here is kind of like a little hammer. That's called a hammer candle. So when that candle forms, it usually means that we're hammering out a bottom. Now, that does not mean it's guaranteed. That just means what the chart is telling us. So this is what's likely to occur. But remember, the opposite can happen. If we get, bearish conditions or a negative catalyst or something like that, that can wipe this right out and we can continue moving further down. But I'm bullish on it, as far as, we see the volume. We do got a lot of selling volume in right now, but it is tapering off. It's not as big as it was over in this range here. So we could possibly start to see some green candles come in if people get bullish on Shiba Inu. But we need to see the bulls step in right here to push this price in order to keep this trend going that we've seen, forming since around June 15th. Now, also, we move down and we look at our MACD, our moving average convergence divergence. What we're waiting for, what we would like to see, is these two lines get closer to each other and this blue line to break above the yellow line. So let's take a look. Every time this blue line, the signal line, crosses the yellow line, you can see that the price begins to break out. So the screen sizing is a little off right here, but I'm gonna try to point this out for y'all. So pay attention to here as we see the yellow and blue lines get closer and closer. Look what happened once the blue line flipped over the yellow line. That's where we started to see. So remember, right from this point here, right when it crossed, we're going to pay attention to what happened at this area. So we're going to drag it up so you can see the actual chart. So notice right at that point is where this bullish trend kicked in. This is where we got this upward swing, right when that blue line crossed the yellow line. And that happens over and over again throughout, the chart if we take a look at it. So now what we're waiting for is these two lines to come, closer together, and this blue line began to cross the yellow line. That's going to signal a lot of bulls or traders to step in at that point and go long. And, that's a bullish indicator. A lot of people are looking at just these indicators and determining, what they want to do as far as their next move. Also, if we take a look at our relative strength index, or the RSI, we can see, notice how here, so 70 and above is considered overbought. 35 and below is considered oversold. If the asset is overbought, that means it's expensive and people are likely to start selling it, not buying it at that range, which could lead to selling pressure. If it's 35 and below, that means it's undervalued. People are, not really recognize the value. They might just be a little afraid of it right now, but smart money eventually will step in, or technical investors, traders, whatever, will step in at that range, and then we usually see it move up from there. So usually it's good to start to buy around oversold position, because that means it's likely to turn around. And usually when it's overbought, you want to wait for it to cool off. Now, whenever it comes to buying a position, I like to let prices move towards me. I don't like to just jump in and chase a price at market level. I like to look at an entry position, look at the previous resistance and supports, and then determine where I would like to get an entry at that level. And then sometimes you might have to wait. It could take, a day or two. Sometimes it could take a week to wait for the price to come back to you. But it's better than chasing. So keep that in mind. So right here, it's looking good as far as, us getting a reversal. But this what really matters. We need some positive news. Yes, we have ShibArmy, but we need the team to continue to drop something that gets the community excited, something that's going to get bulls to step in and want to buy. But also we need a little alleviation on the overall market, because overall market conditions also affect us. Let's take a look at let's take a look here. So take a look at this overall crypto market right now. This is the number I always tell you all to pay attention to every day as soon as you pull up. $1.15 trillion. That's down 0.6% from where we were yesterday. So the market is consistently pulling back right now. It's kind of, putting a lot of pressure on SHIB. SHIB can't just hold the whole market up on its own. It can fight, but only, so much. So right now we can see Bitcoin at 28,923, Ethereum at 1811, BNB at 240, XRP at 60 cents. Notice how everything is red. If it's not a stable coin, it's red. Doge at 7 cents, Cardano at 28 cents, Sol at 22.77, Tron at 7 cents, Polygon at 65, Dot at 491, Litecoin at 80.81, Shiba Inu 14 plays by market cap, sitting at the 50894 level, down 4.3% on the day and up 4.9% for the week, sitting at a $5.2 billion market cap. But look at the other ones right here. We got Litecoin at 5.9 billion, Dot at 6.1 billion, Matic at 6.1 billion, Tron at 6.8 billion. So we see all these coins up to the top 10 have shed some of their market cap. So it's not just Shiba Inu, y'all. We are not alone in this. Keep that in mind. Also pay attention to this number here. So Shiba Inu's volume is also down 49%. That's a big thing we got to pay attention to as well. When volume decreases, that means less money is flowing into the project. So down 49% at $265 million in volume, when that day we were super bullish, when we broke out over that zero, when we deleted the zero, the volume was over 750 million. So think about that. A lot less money flowing into the project right now. People, a little doubtful right now, that tells me. So we just got to let things play out. But let's go back over to this chart. So if we can hold this level here, we should be fine. If not, prices may want to pull back around that 850-ish range, which to me is not a good sign. Yes, we still could rally above that point. But if we start breaking this support here at that 875, then to me, I think we're going to continue to go lower. So around 850, we got some support. 770-ish, it looks like we have some support. And remember to give or take a little bit, because it's so choppy in this area that any of these close levels could end up becoming that support, depending on how strong the movement is towards whichever support it is going to. But so RSI right now sitting at a 45, which tells us, it's not overbought, not oversold. It's kind of right in that middle range, which is okay. Buyers may step in at that point, but it's not, extremely convincing for me right now. Now, let's say if we were closer to a 35 or a 37, that would be a little more bullish for me, because that tells me the selling pressure is kind of, waning off. So I'm looking for a turnaround around here. If we take a look at our RSI, we can see we got some support around that 43 level. That's kind of the area where it's been dropping low to. So we are in that range where we've been finding support on the RSI. We could probably pull down just a little bit more. But remember, the price did wick up a little bit because we formed the The price did push up a little bit because we formed a hammer candle. So what that means is, so each candle starts like this. Green candles open from the bottom, move upwards to close at the top. Red candles open at the top, push down to close at the bottom. So this last candle we see right here, it opened up at the top right here at 903, and it pushed all the way down to this 870-ish range, 875-ish range, whatever we want to call that, 877. And then buyers stepped in before it could break that support, because this is an important area. Buyers stepped in and pushed the price back up to where we see it sitting at now, you know, at this 893 level. So that's a good sign right there. That's why that hammer candle is forming, showing that we are hammering out a bottom. So hopefully that's what plays out, y'all. Don't quote me on this. Don't have a crystal ball. Not a financial advisor. Can't give you financial advice. It's more like financial entertainment, education, literacy, whatever you want to call it, but it's not financial advice. So do your own due diligence. Never risk more than you're willing to lose. And, you know, it's looking, you know, not too bad for us right now. Remember, impulse correction. That's healthy for a chart to have a correction after it has a strong breakout or impulse. And if we, you know, start moving back upwards, we could see a little resistance at that 932 level, because that's where the mid Bollinger Band is. So that mid Bollinger Band could now move into becoming a resistance point. But if we break above that and hold it, then we come back to test that upper Bollinger Band right around that 4 zeros and 1,015 points per coin. So that's what I think is likely to happen. That's all we got for this video. Smash the like button. Y'all appreciate this information. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, and we are